No, I won't sleep tonight. I won't sleep tonight. Whoa. Well, hello everyone. My name is Charles and welcome back to my channel. Or if it's your first time here, yes, Charles, that's me. And yeah. So today we will be listening to Neon Trees' most recent album that came out, I think around July of this year, called I Can Feel You Forgetting Me. And can I just say that the album artwork is really giving me a ghost story. If you know that movie, then the artwork for this album really does remind me of the movie A Ghost Story and like the poster for that movie. But yeah, anyways. So the first time I ever heard a song by Neon Trees, it was Animal, which was the song I was dancing along to in the intro of this video. And yeah, I was about like, I think 13 or 14 when I heard that song. I was in middle school and that song was a jam. And I heard like one or two other songs that they've released, but I've never really listened to like a whole body of work from them. So this will be a first time listening to a whole album from them, and I am very much looking forward to it. I actually heard about this album coming out when it came out in July, and I was like, should I listen to this? And then one of the podcasts I listened to, one of the hosts of that podcast was like, yeah, Neon Trees dropped their newest album and it's great. And I was like, okay, I'll listen to it. But you know, I never got around to listening to it like months ago. So, you know, I'm here now and gonna listen to it now. So I did a little background research, like a smidge background, like Detective Nancy Drew Hardy Boys look into the making of this album. And apparently Neon Trees broke up a few years ago, and that this album is like they're rejoining together when they got back together. And I'm like, interesting. And I read that they made about like 40 songs for this album, but they dwindled it down just to the 10 that's on this album. So I'm like, okay, I heard the album's good, and they had a lot of songs for this album, but were able to like only make a few songs from what they made put into this album. So I'm like, this has to be good. I mean, it has to be. Before we get into this whole album reaction, I'm just gonna say, you know, subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, because I'm always doing music reactions. I'm always trying to talk about movies and like TV shows and things in the pop culture realm that I feel like talking about. So yeah, if you want to hear someone blab about any of that kind of stuff and you like my personality, then, you know, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Or if you like this video, hit that like button, whatever. Okay, so, you know, let's get into the album now, starting with the first song, which is called Nights. The nights are really tough. Not me. Guitar solo. I hate when that happens at night. Lives. So that was Nights, and I'm just like, wow, what a relatable song. I mean, everyone can go through things during the day. I mean, it's not any easier. Well, I mean, it kind of is easier during the day. I don't know why going through hard things, like when you're experiencing something, like when you're experiencing it during the daytime, it's like not as bad, but at night, baby, I'm like laying in bed at night and just thinking about these things. Ugh. Depression spiral. Oh my god. Especially when it comes to like relationships or like things in your professional life or like your personal life. I'm just like, wow. At night, if you don't fall asleep, then you're done for. You're done. Your like brain is gonna make you think about all these things, like really psychoanalyze these things with a fine-tooth comb, and it's gonna be ugly. But yeah, I love this song. Oof. It's really good. But yeah, let's move on to the next song now, which is Used to Like. So that was Used to Like, and overall as a song, I'm like, it's fine, but the message of the song, I'm like, is pretty standard, but in a good way. I'm just like, that when you're in a relationship, when you just get into a relationship, everything seems all nice and rosy, but you know, as time goes on, like, some of the things that the person you're with used to like about you turns into things that annoy them, and it's like, it's sad. It's very sad when things that you thought they liked about you now they don't like, and I'm just like, it's depressing. Is this album about a breakup? If it is, can't relate, can't relate. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next song, which is Holy Ghost. Oh, this sounds good. I don't know why part of me feels like crying. Wow. What a song. What a song. Wow. I almost started crying like a minute into the song. I was like, wow, what powerful lyrics. Earth shaking, body shaking. I'm gagged. I'm gagged that the lyrics are so relatable. When he said, like, you're my Holy Ghost, when I needed you the most, you were nowhere around. Something like that. That's whatever he said like that. I was like, wow, a ghost. Wow, because they're never there when you need them. And it's like, one of the other lyrics they're talking about in the song is that he knows, like, he felt that love toward him from that person they were in a relationship with, and I'm just like, but where did all that love go? And I'm like, where where does expired love or love that's faded go? I mean, is it just gone? Because I don't know. But anyway, wow, wow, this song. I feel like this song is kind of related to the album artwork, because the album artwork of this is a ghost sitting on a couch, and I'm like, huh, because in the song it's like he's walking through the house, but her presence is still there, and I'm like, yeah, especially when you spend so much time with someone, it's like places that you go and places that you live, if you live in the same place that the two of you were together in, it's like the remnants of their presence is still there, and it's like, wow, I can go on about this song for a long time, but I'm not, because I still processing it, but it's fantastic. The song is fantastic. Ugh. But anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is Skeleton Boy. Okay, production. Good weed over you. Wow. Codependency, a theme in this album, I think, and relationship. Down to the bone, leave me alone. Leave me alone, he said. He feels nothing at all. Down to the bone, I feel nothing at all. Okay, vocals. So that was Skeleton Boy, and wow, they really are taking us through a journey through like the end of a relationship, the fallout of a relationship. Because we start out with Nights, and every song preceding Nights, from Used to Like to Holy Ghost to now Skeleton Boy, it really is dealing with the aftermath of a relationship. And I can't relate, but at the same time, you are making me feel it, and props to you. But yeah, this song, wow. Talking about how when that person's gone, it's like, how are you supposed to keep going on? You might as well, you feel like dead, you can't feel anymore. And it's like, especially when you spent so much time with that person and they're such a big chunk of your life, it's like, what now? It's like, am I supposed to forget this part of my life? And it's like, what? Uh, so far I'm like, wow. You're making me feel things, man. You're making me feel things, but I'm gonna move on to the next song now, and which is Mess Me Up. Ugh, this album's already messing me up.
Tell me you've been distracted. Just say you ain't what's happened. But tell me you can't be what I need. LA is so dramatic, but I'm learning to like the traffic.
I hate traffic.
Give me time to hum new melodies. But if you're gonna mess me up, don't do it slowly. And if you're gonna lead me on and act like you know me, you're so ice cold to me. I can feel you in my heartbeat. Between the empty sex and cigarettes, I think of you between the breasts. If you're gonna lead me on and act like you know me, if you're gonna keep on messing me up, oh, keep on messing me up. Yeah, if you're gonna mess me up, don't do it slow.
I did not prepare myself. Was not prepared for how the song was really gonna mess me up. Galvanizing sadness is what the song is doing. I feel sad. Sad. Yeah, gonna move on. Move on to the next song, which is Living Single. Give me a second, my eyes.
Is this modern love? You keep coming up. I bury it deep in my mind. The glow of a screen, it's my routine. Hookups are easy to find. But modern love, you're keeping me up. You can't stop me. I get so tired.
Baby, this song is making me sad again.
Night at the beach, wearing death wish. But the heart wants what it wants. Get so
My heart's right here. Or maybe I don't have a heart anymore. Being single? It is hard. I am tired. And this album is trying to destroy me. Destroy me, this album is trying to do. I did not come into this album thinking I was gonna be emotionally wrecked, yet here I am, and it's not cool. I was not prepared, but yeah, I'm just like, the song talking about constantly looking at your phone, waiting for the screen to light up. It's like, electric chair to you, guy, because stop exposing me. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like I'm just getting more and more sad as this album goes on, but you know what? Top tier work though, top tier work though. I'll say that. Great vocals, great production throughout this album so far. I'm just like, wow. Anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is Everything Is Killing Me, Oh God.
I used to lie enough to get by. I couldn't keep up with it. Lies I just won't quit. Everything is killing me. I just gotta live. Damn it, damaged my brain. No one left to blame. Look to all the positives. I'm looking desperate 'cause I can't get through to you. Smoking sour days that used to be illegal. Now I overdo it just to forget people.
So that was Everything Is Killing Me, and production wise, I'm not really the biggest fan of the song, but you know, the lyrics, once again, the lyrics got me. I'm just like, you know, be depressed sometimes, be very depressed sometimes about things going on in life and the state of where you are in life. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, you gotta just keep living. You gotta just keep living, man. And oh my God. He's like, I overdo it when it comes to the drinking and the drugs. And I'm like, baby, I don't do any of that. Like, I am just sulking in depression when I am depressed. And maybe I should get on that. Maybe I should get on that and do what you're doing. Maybe not the scale, maybe not at the level that you're doing it at. But, you know, maybe I should try it because, you know, depression, sadness, it's too much to bear sometimes. It's just too much. But anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is Going Through Something. God, yes you are, and God, yes I am.
Thoughts. I've been trapped in my own thoughts. Lately when I'm feeling on, I woke up and summer's gone. So where the hell are we going?
Into the winter depression is where we're going.
I think I'm going through something. All I know is tonight I got nothing. We're just sweeping it all under the rug.
Not good to do.
I just always wanted you to be my lifesaver.
But you can't rely on anyone to do that for you.
It up 'cause I'm a risk taker. Oh, I think I'm going through something. You finding out something new. Things we used to do, now we don't do. I think I'm going through something. All I know is tonight I got nothing.
Baby, it's hard. It's hard to actually recognize that you're going through something, and I'm just like, once again, galvanizing sadness, this song. And it's like, when he was talking about the things they used to do, but they never do it anymore, those things they used to like to do together, I'm just like, sadness. I feel like sadness from inside out is like taking control of the steering wheel and is like, boppity bop 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 bop, you're sad now, bitch. And I'm like, yeah. But yeah, this song, it's great. Like, we're almost done with this album, and I'm like, wow, I don't think any album, well, maybe one or two albums from this year have not made me feel the way I'm feeling right now, like as much of an emotional impact that this album's making me feel. But yeah, more on that at the end of this video. But let's just move on now to the next song, which is When the Night Is Over.
Yeah, the sun's going down, you're my car, no police. Let me do what I want, room in your backseat. Yeah, I'm getting over you, know you're getting over me. The night is over, the struggle that we always do. 'Cause we need somebody, yeah, we need somebody. I say what I mean, I don't lie through my teeth. You're the only consolation for the war of my 20s. 'Cause I can
That was such a good line.
give me a soda mixed with Aperol. When I
Yum.
getting any younger, don't you know? When the night is over.
I gotta say that Aperol with soda, delicious. Depending on the soda you mix with the Aperol, but like every time I like drink that little like concoction, like I usually have Aperol with Sprite, but maybe I should substitute the Sprite for 7-Up because I like 7-Up better than Sprite. Like my face breaks out, and usually when I drink, my face breaks out, and I'm just like, this is why I don't drink that, and because I feel weird afterwards, which you want to feel, but at the same time, it's like I don't like not being clear-headed. But anyway, yeah, this song, it's good. I'm just like, when the night is over and you still haven't slept, it's like the weirdest feeling ever. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next song, which is the last song on the album, which is called New Best Friend.
Cloaking crown, soaked in my memories, all of the dumb shit I've seen.
He really is drinking a lot.
7-7
So that was New Best Friend, and I think that was a perfect way to close this album. I feel like this song really is uplifting in a way, and I feel like, I don't know, because the first song on the album, Nights, really was kind of setting you up to get into the whole depression spiral sadness that the singer of the lead singer of the band, I don't know his name, is feeling. I'm gonna assume he's the one who wrote the songs for this album, and not only him but the other people in the band. But like the first song really is a gateway into his mind and the sadness you're about to experience. But this last song, I feel like feels more optimistic. It feels more optimistic, and it feels like, shit has gone down, and I'm still recovering, but you know what, we are here in LA. I'm pretty sure they're in LA. Yeah, they're pretty much in LA, because I forget which song he was talking about being in LA traffic and getting used to it, which I hate traffic. I hate Seattle traffic, and it's like I want to go to LA and live there like sometime in the future, but I'm like, ugh, the LA traffic is not for me. But anyway, yeah, this song, I'm just like, it feels like more hopeful, like, you just gotta keep on living. And he's like, yeah, I might seem crazy, but you know what, it's whatever. And I'm like, that is such a optimistic outlook for me personally. So we finally made it to the end of this album, and wow, what a roller coaster. What a roller coaster of an album that really was a personal look at the aftermath of a relationship, and kind of the coming out of the ashes and trying to rebuild yourself at the end of it. And I'm just like, they had like what, 30 to 40 songs. I forget if it was either 30 or 40 songs they wrote for this album. And I'm like, they really picked the best 10 songs and made it like a really good narrative arc. Like there was a story from start to end of this album, and I was all here. I was all here for the journey they took us on, and God, this was really unexpected how much I would really like this album. Just gotta say real fast, the person that he was in a relationship sounds very mean. I mean, clearly that she didn't start, she or he, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's she, but like the person that he was in a relationship with clearly like devolved into someone who's very mean and cold and bitter toward him, and I'm just like, it's hard because I don't know how long they were in a relationship for, and I'm like, he was talking about codependency, and if it was a very long relationship, then of course it's gonna be hard to like let go of them. And oh my gosh, there was a line in one of the songs in the album where he was like, you were my war at my 20s, something like that, something about being at war in his 20s, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm like, as Whitney Houston once said in that song, it's alright, but it's not okay. I'd rather be alone and happy. And I'm just like, yeah, it's better to be alone and happy. Is being alone easy? No. No. But it's better than being with someone who makes you feel like shit. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Whitney Houston line from that song is, I'd rather be alone than unhappy. And I'm just like, yeah, you can be unhappy being alone, but being with someone who's making you unhappy is kind of worse than being unhappy because you're alone, LOL, I don't mean it is kind of worse. It is worse because like there is legit a force making you unhappy, like a physical force that's making you unhappy. Unlike when you're alone, it's just like the feeling of being alone that's making you unhappy. So yeah, like Guy from Neon Trees, I'm just like, sorry that was a bad breakup, but I'm like, you gotta move on. You gotta move on. So what were my favorite songs from this album? Well, my favorite songs from this album were Nights, Holy Ghost, Skeleton Boy, Mess Me Up, Living Single, Going Through Something, and New Best Friend. When it comes to Used to Like, Everything Is Killing Me, and When the Night Is Over, I think all three of those songs are good songs, but they're not like the songs that really stick out to me. But as an album overall, I would have to say this album is really one of the best albums I've heard all year, and it's such a cohesive album. It's great. It's great. So I Can Feel You Forgetting Me. Tell me what you thought about this whole album and the songs in it. And yeah, like, tell me if you got as sad and depressed as I did when listening to this album, because this album, for a good majority of it, like, galvanized sadness and, like, threw it in my face, and I was on the verge of tears many a times while listening to this album. That's how powerful it was for me. Seriously, this album getting no Grammy nominations at all, not even in the alternative category. Grammys, you really be robbing people left and right. But you know, I know there's only a limited amount of spaces they can fill up with people, but I'm just like, this was a masterpiece. It was an amazing album, and it came out within the time frame of eligibility. So I'm just like, what happened? What happened? Was it like something wrong with the record label and they didn't submit them for categories? Or was it really just the Grammys being like, we don't feel this, what you guys served us? Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Anyways, you guys, thank you for coming to my channel and watching this whole album reaction. And I will see you in the next video if you are subscribed. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bye.